My dad told me what you all had planned for me, so I just came by to say no way. I'm outie. Later. Hey.
Your phone. Give me that phone. Hello? Yes, I demand to speak to a manager. Hello?
In here in Tia's uniform with Tia's name tag. Now, she's obviously gone and done something stupid.
What if everything you thought you knew about Alexis Fields' career was just half the truth? She's been lighting up our screens since she was a kid. But there's one shocking chapter from her past that barely anyone talks about. And wait till you hear the twist about her personal life. It'll leave you stunned. Born on March 3, 1979, Alexis didn't just grow up around fame, she was raised in it. The spotlight in her family wasn't just bright, it was blinding. Her older sister, Kim Fields, was already dominating TV on The Facts of Life and Living Single, making Alexis part of a true acting dynasty. Their mother, Chip Fields, wasn't just behind the scenes. She was a powerhouse actress and director in her own right. So when casting director Eileen Knight came calling, searching for someone to audition for a sitcom, Alexis didn't even see it coming. At just 11 years old, she walked into that first audition for the show Rock and ended up playing Heavy D's daughter. What a wild way to start a career. With her mom coaching her every step of the way, Alexis absolutely crushed it on her very first try. No fancy lessons, no special prep. Just pure, natural talent shining through. That first big break landed her beside acting heavyweights like Charles Dutton, Ella Joyce, and Rocky Carroll, and that was just the warm-up. While other kids were stressing about homework and playground gossip, Alexis was chilling on the Living Single set, soaking up game from her big sister Kim. She wasn't just hanging around, she was studying how real pros handle the spotlight. Watching Kim balance the grind, the fame, and the pressure of being a leading lady taught Alexis lessons most actors spend years trying to learn. But here's the twist. People assume she felt the heat to match Kim's success, but she actually didn't. Not at first anyway. Their mom, Chip, had already seen what that kind of pressure could do. She'd watched Kim deal with non-stop public judgment.
I would just like to ask all of the men under 35 to stop sending me messages.
From comments about her weight to growing up under constant attention, Chip was determined to protect Alexis from that same chaos. Then came 1993, and boom, Alexis landed a recurring spot on Nickelodeon's Kenan and Kel, teaming up with Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell during the show's golden age. What a move. This is where the sister bond between Alexis and Kim hit a whole new level. Kim didn't just cheer from the sidelines, she actually directed several episodes of the show, turning the set into a real family affair. Having her big sister behind the camera meant Alexis had more than just a director. She had a protector, someone who knew exactly how rough the industry could get and made sure her little sis stayed grounded and safe. Then came the secret world of Alex Mack in the mid-90s. And that opened up a whole new chapter. Alexis found herself surrounded by a crew of rising young stars, all trying to balance fame, school, and teenage life at the same time. It wasn't just work. It was her entire childhood unfolding on set with friends who got it. She was hanging out with faces like Tia and Tamara Mowry, who totally understood the strange, glittery world of growing up under studio lights. And then, Sister. Sister changed everything. In 1994, Hollywood was buzzing about a fresh new sitcom. Two identical twins, separated at birth, reuniting as teens. But here's the real shocker. There was a behind-the-scenes twist that no one saw coming. When Alexis first met with the creators of Sister, they told her she was just a little too young for what they had in mind. But she didn't leave that room empty-handed. Instead of walking away disappointed, she spoke up and asked if they were planning to see Countess Vaughn for one of the roles, remembering her talented friend from Rock. That one bold move sparked a chain reaction that helped shape one of the most iconic friendships in 90s TV history. Even though Alexis didn't snag the part, she still built genuine connections with the Sister crew. Those bonds ran deep, the kind that last decades and go beyond the screen. Everyone respected her vibe, her energy, and her drive. Fast forward to 1998. Alexis got her next big moment when she joined Moshe, starring alongside Brandy Norwood. At first, it was meant to be a quick one-episode gig. The actress originally cast as Alicia had suffered a concussion right before filming a special I Love Lucy tribute episode. Talk about last-minute chaos. The producers needed someone fast, and guess who got the call? Alexis. She showed up, learned the choreography the very same day, and absolutely owned it. Her performance was so good, they kept her on as a series regular for 2 whole years. Alexis loved to improvise, and Brandy always hyped her up, saying, "Girl, do what you do." Brandy always had Alexis's back, creating that same kind of love and support that Kim had shown her years earlier. In a business where young actresses often got caught in ugly rivalries, both Kim and Brandy showed Alexis what real sisterhood looked like.
Why, yes it does.
Oh, Joey, you just make algebra come alive for me.
Women lifting each other up instead of tearing each other down. That kind of loyalty was rare in Hollywood, and Alexis never forgot it. But not every set had that safe family vibe. When Alexis worked on Nickelodeon projects during the Dan Schneider era, her time there was very different from the dark stories that surfaced years later. Thanks to her mom and sister keeping a close eye, and with Kim even directing a few Kenan and Kel episodes, Alexis had a protective circle around her. Certain lines just weren't crossed while her family was in the picture. Still, she treads carefully when talking about that time. She's admitted that later, when she was around 18 or 19, things got uncomfortable. Older producers tried to blur professional lines, crossing boundaries they never should have. But the respect people had for her last name gave her a kind of shield. Kim's strong reputation and Chip's presence as a director carried serious weight, and that alone kept a lot of bad behavior in check. It's a chilling reminder that even with protection, Hollywood hasn't always been a safe place. Yet, Alexis stood her ground, navigating it all with strength and class. Then, in 2004, she scored a guest role on The Bernie Mac Show, sharing the screen with the comedy legend himself, and she made every moment count. Bernie Mac told Alexis something that completely flipped the way she saw acting. Standing beside the comedy legend, she was nervous, unsure if she could keep up, but then he looked at her and said, "Baby girl, feel free to do whatever you want. Have fun. Come at me." That simple line changed everything. It gave her permission to take risks, to improvise, to own her space on camera. That confidence stayed with her long after the cameras stopped rolling. Then came what many call her quiet years, the wilderness between 2010 and 2018. Alexis stepped back from Hollywood, trading red carpets for real life. She married Kevin Jackson, built a family, and welcomed 2 beautiful kids, daughter Casey, born October 1st, 2008, and son Caden, born July 16, 2014. But she didn't just disappear, she evolved. During that time, Alexis found new creative outlets that had nothing to do with acting. She got into woodworking, painting, and interior design, and she was seriously good at it. We're talking about someone who can literally build a wooden accent wall from scratch. You could even see her craftsmanship on full display in her home's stunning Instagram-worthy backdrop. Her Instagram soon turned into a space for self-expression and rebirth. After years of being known as Chip Fields' daughter and Kim Fields' little sister, Alexis started showing the world who she really was. She posted dance clips, bold looks, and confident poses. A woman in her late 30s stepping fully into her own power. Some posts showed her rocking form-fitting looks, while others celebrated her embracing her body and confidence in a way Hollywood never allowed before. She was finally living for herself. Some family members didn't quite know how to handle Alexis's transformation. It was a whole new vibe. Even Kim, her big sister and lifelong protector, had to step back and realize that Alexis wasn't the little girl following her around on set anymore.
You told me last week you played for the Kansas City Monarchs.
I moved around a lot.
She was a grown woman, making her own choices and fully stepping into her independence. Fans who had watched Alexis play the sweet girl-next-door type were shocked. They weren't used to seeing this confident, fearless version of her. But Alexis wasn't out here trying to please anyone anymore. She wasn't performing for the public. She was simply living her truth. And when the judgmental comments started rolling in, people saying she should feel ashamed or tone it down, Alexis didn't clap back with anger. Instead, she dropped calm, thoughtful responses about self-acceptance and growth, explaining that this was about reclaiming her identity after years of living in others' shadows. Then in 2019, something big came her way. ABC offered Alexis the chance to audition for a new pilot inspired by the real-life megachurch power couple Sarah Jakes Roberts and Touré Roberts. The role she originally wanted ended up going to someone else, but what happened next blew everyone's mind. During the audition, the executive stopped and asked if she'd consider taking a completely different role, the ex-wife, and they even offered to make it a series regular spot just for her. Can you imagine that? With Kerry Washington producing, Leslie Odom Jr. starring, and Saladin Patterson on board, this was shaping up to be huge. Alexis said yes right away. Who wouldn't? Sadly, the show never made it past the pilot stage, leaving everyone heartbroken. Actress Kelly Jen, who played Hope, and the rest of the cast truly believed they had created something magical. But destiny had another twist in store. Because not long after, Alexis landed a role on All American, what was supposed to be a quick, one-episode guest spot, until her wild, hilarious character completely stole the show. Before her All American audition, Alexis went all in. She binge-watched the entire first season on Netflix, studying every detail like a pro. It ended up being the very last in-person audition before COVID shut everything down, and she nailed it. On set, she met producer Adrian Dukes, and something about their connection just clicked right away. During that first year, Adrian gave notes to almost every actor on set, except Alexis. Her performance was so tight, so natural, there was nothing to fix. Soon, they realized they actually shared the same manager, a detail Adrian had already clocked. And before long, they started following each other on Instagram. He couldn't help but notice her posts, especially the ones where she radiated pure confidence and self-love. That energy, unstoppable. By 2024, their friendship had evolved into a solid, committed relationship, and Alexis found herself doing something few in Hollywood manage, creating a blended family that truly worked. She had divorced Kevin Jackson, but instead of messy headlines or bitter energy, they chose peace, real grown-up maturity. Alexis told Kevin straight up, "We get to decide how this goes. No drama, no bitterness, just respect." Kevin and Adrian even met up at a Starbucks early in the relationship, setting the tone for a healthy dynamic. And when Adrian's kids needed help decorating their apartment, Alexis didn't hesitate. She flew out to Atlanta and teamed up with Adrian's ex-wife, Melanie, and his daughter to make the place beautiful. Who does that? Now, holidays at their house are something out of a movie. At Thanksgiving, both exes sit at the same table with all their kids, sharing food, laughter, and stories. The kids call it weird, but in the best way possible.
Kanan, that is so childish. But it sure is funny.
The whole setup only works because every single person involved chose maturity over ego. No games, no drama. Just grown folks making intentional choices for the sake of peace and family. Before blending their lives, Alexis sat down with Kevin to talk things through, making sure everything felt right before introducing him to Adrian. And Adrian did the same. He sat down with Melanie and his daughter first, having real conversations about respect, trust, and keeping the kids at the center of it all. These weren't forced meetings. They were genuine efforts to build harmony. And now, the next generation is stepping into the spotlight. Alexis's daughter, Casey, now 16, just booked her very first acting gig, a Netflix series that's about to drop soon. She's officially following in her mom's and Aunt Kim's footsteps, and get this, she landed the role on her first audition. Talk about talent running deep in the family. But Alexis isn't letting the excitement make her lose sight of the bigger picture. She's careful, really careful. She even coached Casey through her lines while on FaceTime from Coachella at 5 a.m., whispering scripts while the world around her slept. The dedication runs generations deep. Just like Chip once coached a young Alexis, Alexis is now doing the same for her daughter. Still, she's firm about one thing. Casey has to know who she is before the industry tries to tell her who to be. At 15, it's easy to get swept up in everyone's opinions, likes, and comments, and Alexis doesn't want that for her daughter. She's making sure Casey builds her confidence from the inside out, the same kind of protection that Chip once gave her and Kim. Right now, Alexis is back in full swing, filming season 6 of All American, where she plays the bold and unforgettable Gloria Baker. What started as a one-episode cameo has turned into one of the show's most loved and central characters. Proof that Alexis Fields isn't just surviving Hollywood, she's mastering it. At 45, Alexis Fields is living what many call her prime era, and it's not in spite of her age, it's because of it. The same woman who once had her curves strapped down with tight bras and hidden under oversized clothes on teen sitcoms now rocks her scrunch-butt leggings with total pride. She even jokes that they're her secret weapon in her relationship. Confidence looks good on her. In 2025, Alexis's net worth is estimated at around $3 million, a reflection of not just her decades-long acting career, but also her smart business moves and creative projects. She's not just surviving the industry, she's building in it. A proud graduate of St. Bernard High School in Playa del Rey, California, Alexis came from a community that raised stars. The same school produced talents like Chase Garland, Wesley Barker, Luke Hardman, and Nicolette Robinson, proving greatness really does run in those halls. She's also the stepdaughter of Irv Hurd and the loving aunt to Kim's sons, Sebastian and Quincy Xavier Morgan. Nephews she absolutely adores and spends plenty of time with. Her Instagram is where fans get to see the real Alexis, unfiltered, raw, and radiating confidence. She's built a loyal following that celebrates her openness about middle age, motherhood, and rediscovering sensuality in her 40s. She talks openly about her struggles with perfectionism, the challenges of divorce, and her firm refusal to dim her light just to make anyone else comfortable. One of her posts even went viral, landing her on The Shade Room. It shocked her to see how far her voice had reached. Her little social media bubble wasn't so little anymore. And through all this growth and change, Kim has stood proudly by her side, even as she adjusted to seeing her baby sister in a bold, new light. But beneath all that confidence and success, there's one story Alexis rarely shares.
You know how sensitive she is. I mean, she thinks you hate her now. She'll get over it.
A chilling night back in the late 90s that could have ended her life forever. And this is where that first shocking secret comes full circle, the night that changed everything for Alexis Fields. Back in the late 90s, she was at a party in the Valley, hanging out with some friends and a popular boy band. What started off as a chill night turned into something terrifying. Alexis tried a blunt for the first time, but the weed was laced with something far stronger. Within minutes, everything went sideways. She felt unstoppable, like she was Superwoman. But suddenly her body stopped cooperating. She couldn't even talk properly. In her dazed state, she made the only decision she could think of. She slid down a flight of stairs on her butt, just trying to get herself to safety. At 3 a.m., panicking and scared, she called her parents, begging for their pastor's phone number because, in that moment, she said she needed to get as close to God as possible. Her father showed up, and he didn't come alone. He brought their bishop too. Together, they carried her out of that house. Her dad tied her shoes so tight, she could feel his anger and heartbreak in every pull of those laces. That night shook her to her core. From that point on, Alexis never touched drugs again. She said straight up, God got her that night. Every bit of teenage rebellion, every secret risk, it all ended right there, with her father and her pastor pulling her back to safety before it was too late. Today, Alexis Fields stands as something rare in Hollywood. A woman who started in the spotlight, walked through its darkest corners, and still came out stronger. She left on her own terms, returned more powerful than ever, and continues to redefine what it means to grow, thrive, and age fearlessly in entertainment. And through it all, her sister Kim has stayed by her side, both of them living proof that real strength runs in the family. Alexis Fields has officially carved out her own lane, and she's thriving in it. Her world now blends all her passions: hands-on woodworking, bold and expressive Instagram posts, a blended family that actually works, and a daughter just stepping into the same spotlight her mom once owned. The woman who was once considered too young to play Brandy's best friend is now playing romantic leads opposite actors her own age. And she's owning every second of it with the kind of self-assured confidence that only comes from truly knowing who you are. When you look at recent photos, It's hard to believe Alexis is 45. That radiant energy she brought to the screen back in the 90s, it's still there, just sharper, wiser, more intentional. Somehow, she hasn't aged a day. She carries that same beauty and spark that first made her a star, only now it comes with the depth of a woman who's been through life, learned from it, and grown stronger because of it. These days, she reminds herself, and others, to stop chasing perfection. She tells her 40-year-old self, let the mistakes happen, let life flow. Every stumble, every detour, every wrong turn helped shape who she is today. She used to be so hard on herself, a total perfectionist who'd crumple up entire homework assignments if one word looked off. But now she gets it. Mistakes matter more than wins. They show you what fits, what doesn't, and what truly belongs to you. Alexis isn't slowing down either. She's got new projects in the works, carefully choosing what feels right instead of what's trendy, and she admits it with a laugh. She's terrible at auditions, often getting outshined by her own mom, Chip. But honestly, that's what makes her so real. She's still growing, still laughing at herself, and still showing the world that grace, talent, and authenticity never go out of style. During practice reads, Chip can't help herself. She's all in. While Alexis is trying to get through her lines, her mom is off-camera crying, acting, and pouring her heart into every moment. It's chaos and love rolled into one, but that's their rhythm. And when the right role comes along, one that means something, one that tells a story with real heart, Alexis brings pure magic to the screen. You can feel it. Her message to all the middle-aged mothers out there hits deep. Allow yourself to evolve. Don't get trapped in the labels of wife or mom and forget the woman underneath all of that. Reinvent yourself, whether it's through social media or in private moments nobody sees. Embrace your confidence, your body, your sensuality. It's yours. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or step into a little chaos, because sometimes you have to walk through the mess to realize what truly matters. And when it comes to parenting, Alexis drops wisdom like no one else. Prepare your children instead of trying to fix them. Be their safe place. Let them cry to you at midnight. Keep that phone call going even when you're sitting in the salon chair getting your hair done. Show up. That's how you build a bond so strong that a 15-year-old daughter can look you in the eye and say, Mom, I just like being in your presence. That's the kind of love money and fame can't buy. After everything she's lived through, the fame, the family, the heartbreak, and the comeback, one thing's for sure, Alexis Fields is not done surprising us. In fact, she just dropped a revelation about her relationship with Adrian that even her closest family didn't see coming. And once you find out what really happened on the set of All American, you'll see why this love story is unlike anything Hollywood's ever seen before. But that's a story for someone brave enough to dig deeper. Because Alexis Fields has always been more than what the cameras show. She's a woman who learned how to build her own life. One piece, one risk, one victory at a time. If you love this deep dive into Alexis Fields' incredible journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going.